She's not gonna just sit still. Here, hold this. Come on, grab it.
The crux of the story is really an issue on invasive species. The pet trade has really ushered in these snakes, not only to Florida, but to all of the United States. And you know, a lot of people get these snakes because they look cool, and they do. They look really awesome, especially as small, you know, 1 foot kind of baby snakes, if you will. But I mean, these are snakes that can grow, you know, 10, 15, 20 feet. And it's a snake that's gonna live for 25 years. So, you know, it's a lot of responsibility. You know, people don't want to be cruel to their animals and kill them or, you know, send them off. So they think, you know, doing something nice would be to release the snake to the wild. And unfortunately, Florida is a perfect climate match for the native range of a snake, which is Southeast Asia. Everglades National Park is huge at over 1 million acres, and there's plenty of places to thrive. And unfortunately, there's not a lot of things that can kill them. So they're down there eating a lot of the native animals, and it's at the point now where a lot of these animals have disappeared, anywhere up to 98 to 99%. I know white-tailed deer are down 94%, raccoons have disappeared 99%, possums are down 99%, and they haven't spotted a rabbit or a fox in like 10 years. So I mean, it's a very staggering number when you think about it. I mean, I know you and I have, or we all have these types of animals in our backyard, but when you think about these are animals that should be naturally existing in a park, and now they're not, it's pretty staggering. They discovered the first wild python down in the Everglades, or in South Florida, roughly in the early 1980s. And I would say they started noticing more and more of them within the last 10 years because the park itself has been extracting pythons for the last 10 years. I think they've pulled out over 1,800 pythons from the park, which sounds like a rather small number, but when you consider most of the park is inaccessible by foot, that's a very small percentage that they're actually able to trap and to catch.
It's coiled under those pine needles down there.
And it's not just in the Everglades, it's all of South Florida. I mean, you're talking Miami, Fort Lauderdale, all those areas down there. I mean, you know that it's become popular. There's all kinds of reality shows about, you know, the Miami-Dade Fire and Venom Rescue Unit, you know, pulling out pythons from garages, that kind of stuff. I mean, these animals don't just live in the park. They're gonna live in your own backyard, in your canal, in all of those areas. And frankly, it can eat your dog, it can eat your cat. So it's something that people should be concerned about because they won't just stay in one area. They're gonna continue to grow and to move as far north as they probably can.
Okay, there's a python sitting right over here. Sunning itself. All right, I'm gonna grab it and yank it out. Wow, this is a beautiful colored one. Real tan.
I think one thing that helped me get over the fear of tracking the snakes was going into these environments with professionals and scientists who I know handle them on a daily basis. So I knew that I would never, or our team would never be in any kind of trouble, which definitely put me at ease. I've always been really afraid of snakes, and so this piece was kind of an opportunity to see how far outside my own comfort zone I could step while still reporting the story.
Want to try to hold it?
But man, when I went down there, I did not want to, like, I wanted to touch them, but I was still too scared to touch them, and it's pretty obvious in some of the footage that our camera guy got of me, because I think there's a moment where I'm nervously rocking back and forth at just the sight of one of these snakes.
Yep, just grab her, pick her up. Come on, pick her up.
It's funny, and after going through the edit process and watching all the footage of snakes, I feel much more comfortable about them now. I almost want to go back and try to do it all over again to see if I'd be a bit more hands-on.